You found the perfect house, but what if the neighborhood isn't what you expected? Oh, trust me, I have been there. A beautiful home can quickly turn into a nightmare if you don't look closely at the community surrounding it. Let me tell you my wild story so that you can avoid making a similar mistake. As you start your home search, finding the right neighborhood is just as important as finding the right home. If you're ready to explore your options and make informed decisions, subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And when you're ready to dive deeper, reach out to me using any of the contact methods listed below in the description area. When I bought my first home, I thought I had found the perfect spot. It was out in the country, on a quiet street, surrounded by what seemed like tranquility. It was heaven. I can already imagine waking up to the peaceful sounds of nature, relaxing evenings on the porch, and a close-knit, friendly community. We moved in and were excited to get to know the neighbors. We quickly became friends with two of them, and everything seemed perfect. But soon after we settled in, the reality of the situation hit us, and it wasn't the peaceful life we had envisioned. The neighbor behind us had an airboat, out of all things, and lifted trucks that were so loud beyond belief. They would ride around at all hours of the day and night, blasting music like they owned the entire neighborhood. It wasn't just an occasional event, it was constant. Trying to sleep or enjoy a peaceful evening became impossible. And it got worse. These same neighbors decided to create a figure-8 mud pit in their backyard. They would race their trucks through the mud, flinging it everywhere, including into our yard. I'll never forget walking outside and seeing the entire side of our shed completely covered in mud. It was unbelievable, and it didn't matter how many times it happened, they didn't care. It wasn't just these noisy neighbors. Some other neighbors had dilapidated vehicles parked in their front yards, and the lawns were completely unkempt. None of this was apparent when we first looked at the home. We hadn't spoken to enough neighbors or visited the area at different times of the day, which would have revealed the true nature of this neighborhood. If we had taken those extra steps, we have known about the constant noise, the unmaintained properties, and the overall lack of care that made living there so difficult. It wasn't just an issue of peace and quiet. This lack of upkeep hurt the home values in the area as well. The unkempt yards, dilapidated cars, and noisy neighbors made it hard to attract great neighbors and drove down the property value for everyone around. Had we taken the time to research the neighborhood properly, it would have saved us from a lot of frustration and financial impact. This experience taught me a very valuable lesson. The neighborhood is just as important as the home itself. I now stress every buyer I work with the importance of researching the community they're moving into. Even small things like well-maintained yards or a nearby highly rated school can have a huge impact on the overall value of your home and your day-to-day life. Whenever I'm helping clients now, I make sure that we do thorough research. This includes talking to neighbors, checking the local crime statistics, driving through the neighborhood at different times of the day, and looking at key factors like school ratings. These are all steps I wish I had taken my first time around. Now that you've heard my wild first-time home purchase story and understand how crucial it is to choose the right neighborhood, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more tips on finding the perfect community and making the best home buying decisions. When you're ready to explore your options further, reach out to me through any of the contacts in the description below. Every week, I help people just like you find their ideal home in the right neighborhood. Let's make your next move the best one yet.